welcome to Games v Reality, the podcast where we have the news, and it's really hot today. It's 38 degrees.
It's too hot. It's too hot for me.
I don't have any air conditioning in this room, so we just got a window open. But also VR news.
If you would like to see us sweat less, like and subscribe so we can afford air conditioning.
Yeah, I would like to afford air conditioning. That'd be great. Thank you. Do you want to hear some news?
I do.
Sony's working on Smello-Vision.
Good. I've been asking for this for a very long time. So,
Yeah, last week we were talking about lickable VR.
Gross.
But I also mentioned a few episodes ago, Sony's working on... Are you ready for the name of this?
Yep.
Do you want to guess the name?
No, I don't.
Their system is called, they unveiled it at CES 2025, the Future Immersive Entertainment Concept.
That's the prototype name.
The Future Immersive Entertainment Concept.
It's like they're self-conscious that as soon as they put smell or vision into it.
Well, I think it's good. Nintendo Entertainment System was the original name, and everyone called it the NES. It ended up, and then it became the SNES when Super Nintendo came along. So this will be the FEEK.
I feel like NES is closer to nose, and that would have been a better title for it. So if you put like an O in there, that would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be the FEEK.
FEEK, yeah.
FEEK, yeah. I guess it also encompasses whatever else they're going to pack into it before they launch it too.
Yeah. All right, okay. I'll read you this article. We've talked about this before, but there's a little bit more about it. So Sony has unveiled, this is from fastcompany.com, Sony has unveiled a new gaming system that could allow PlayStation players to sniff their way through games like The Last of Us.
That would be a stinky game.
That would be a stinky game.
Yeah, there's spores in that, and it's moldy.
I've always wanted to smell knack.
Knack. What?
Unveiled at CES 2025, Future Immersive Entertainment Concept, or FEEK, features a huge room-sized setup designed to push the boundaries of immersive gaming. Basically, it's like a room with you can see the game around you. It's like
a room with a view. The thing that you showed me before,
Yeah.
it's like a volume.
It's if the Kinect had babies with a volume.
Great, excellent. Sounds very cheap.
It's a big room with screens.
Yep.
So it's like more approachable VR in that like just any old family person can go into this room. It's like immersive in that it's a giant screen. Kind of like what's the big ball?
The Vegas ball.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Yeah, cool.
But just in a smaller room.
Yep.
In the trailer, players experience the In the trailer, the players...
You can do it.
In the trailer, players experience the post-apocalyptic world of The Last of Us with enhanced audio and the addition of Smellovision, delivering a completely new experience. One of the pillars of Sony's creative entertainment vision is the idea of narrative everywhere, where stories from Sony are transformed across new and exciting mediums. The Future Immersive Entertainment Concept aims to explore those possibilities. This proof-of-concept project combines the latest location-based technologies, Sonal crystal LED panels, engaging audio, haptics, scent, and atmospherics to fully immerse you in the world and story.
It sounds like this would have been sellable without this, so what are they self-conscious about? To the point where they need to put smell into it.
I don't know. Imagine what Joel smells like.
It probably smells like you right now.
So
honestly, he's
today.
always wearing that same flannel shirt,
hot.
and he's like running around. He doesn't change it very often as well.
He doesn't wash.
No.
Anyway, this is a dumb thing that will never come into real life. So, do you want to move on or
no? Here's the thing that I want to come out of this.
Right. Yeah.
They've made modifications to The Last of Us to work in this weird 3D tracked thing, right?
Oh yeah, we can just get a 3D Last of Us now, right?
Take that, put it into your just kind of mothballing VR headset ecosystem. And Sony, you have something to sell me.
Yeah.
I'll pay $60 for that.
Well, while we were away, we didn't cover this, but the designer of PlayStation VR apologized for that.
Apologized for designing the headset? Yes, it's all right. I forgive you.
He said, it didn't go the way I planned. They said, what do you mean? He said, let's not talk about this anymore.
Oh boy. Well, I'm sure he tried really hard.
Yeah.
Don't blame him.
Really quickly, I saw on Reddit somebody had posted dynamic scene mapping during playtime used an experimental version of Hauntify. So this is them running around their house, and it is scanning the room and it's figuring out the geometry of the room and scanning it and creating a 3D space within it. So this is just a wireframe of it.
Yep.
But the idea is from this, you could either be completely immersed so you can't see the real world, or more likely it's mixed reality and you have characters like following you or you
great.
interacting with
Great.
them.
Excellent.
You could have a real life Google Gemini DeepSeek assistant.
You could have two very attractive podcast hosts follow you and sweat, and you could smell them in the woods if we somehow supported that in the future.
Hey, if you wanted a fast way to listen to our podcast, you could subscribe or follow on Spotify, or you could save the URL to our YouTube channel in your library on Quest 3.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so a new feature's come out on the Quest 3. It's now possible to add websites to your library as a clickable thumbnail.
Oh, okay. Like this was an actual thing I thought you were just plugging our podcast.
No, it wasn't a sick segue. It wasn't a sick plug.
No. Makes me feel a bit sick though, honestly. But that's good. I'm glad that you can bookmark shit in what?
Yeah.
You could just keep it in
You
the
know
little
how,
tab
like,
down the bottom.
you know how like you can just save a URL to your desktop on a computer or your phone?
Yep,
You can do that with Quest now.
It's like what an old person would do. It's like,
Yeah.
where's the YouTube? And you click on it on the desktop.
I do wish we had more of a desktop thing somewhere, or an app drawer or something that was more customizable on the Quest.
Totally.
But this is great because I have a bunch of sites that maybe I don't want as my homepage. Oh gosh, what am I doing? No, but like all of my streaming services. God, what am I doing?
What content are you watching?
But it'd be great to not be able to type it in. I just click.
Yeah, totally. Because then you have the predictive text that comes up as well. And you don't want that saved.
Well, at the moment, whenever my Wi-Fi dies, I have to get my phone out and get it up. But I could just have a link on my Quest to my IP.
Just get it up on your Quest.
Yeah.
This is a great podcast.
Meta is working on a new pair of smart glasses. They're partnering with another brand. Now, that might sound like that they're like cutting into Ray-Ban's grass, but you got to remember, only one company owns every glass company in the world.
Glass company.
Yeah, Luxor Exotica, I think it's called, owns every brand of sunglasses and optical glasses and lens company. Like they're a huge. It's disgusting how much they own.
So like when I buy like a shitty pair of reading glasses from a chemist, it's technically owned by these guys as well through some kind of subsidiary.
All right. Would you like to guess the glasses company that Meta is going to be pairing with? Pardon the pun.
Cambridge Analytica. What did you just say?
Yeah, Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah.
We're bringing them back.
Oh, man. So much more marketable this time.
Yeah. Oakley smart glasses.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the style of Oakley that I think most people love. That's the style of...
Oh, boy. They look like...
They're Oakleys.
When you get the...
Oakley's in... I don't know what it's like if you're in another country, but here in Australia, Oakley's are mostly service stations.
Yes, and I see them at Oakley train station quite a lot. I feel like people that wear those that are like selling you some kind of questionable contraband, it's like that's what that looks like to me.
So they're working on a sort of an upgrade on their current Meta smart glasses, and they're partnering with Oakley to do it.
Nice.
They're exploring new wearable devices such as watches, cameras equipped for earbuds, aiming to embed artificial intelligence features into all of them.
If I can't smell it, it's not worth it.
Gross.
Marky Mark? If Mark Wahlberg sold me smart glasses, I would question the smart part. That would be the thing for me.
MKBHD, even though he's in 4K now, he tested out the Samsung's secret Android XR headset.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a real thing. Do you want to see the video and then we can react to it?
Sure.
Okay, all right. So I'll play this at 2x speed, and we'll return after this exciting reaction. Okay, well, through the magic of editing, we have returned, and I think we both came to the realization that we will never be very good tech reporters because Marquise is really good.
He's great. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He talks real quick too.
Well, I was in 2x speed, right?
I refuse to believe it.
That, right?
No, that would be great if he actually covered it at that exact volume.
Because then I would watch it at 4x speed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What do you do? What do you do with this thing? Like, I know that the software is a selling point because it's unified with Google.
Yeah.
I can either watch a movie with this thing or play a game with it.
Yes.
I'm seeing neither of those in this.
So this is the first time it's been seen really in somebody's hands.
Okay.
If I was selling a headset, I would show it being used with controllers and playing a video game.
Yep.
That it would be on my list of things to showcase.
Yep.
I think tech companies are trying to sell headsets to people that don't think they want headsets yet.
Yep.
So they're trying to show them in nerdy ways.
Yep.
So they're like lifestyle. So for everybody in the audio version of this episode, it's a headset that looks like the Vision Pro, very similar to the Vision Pro. It has a cable with a puck, which is the battery. It sits in your pocket. It's eye-tracked and hand-tracked. And you have a UI that is a little bit Vision Pro-y, a little bit Android-y, where it's just icons in front of you. It looks pretty close to what you would expect a phone UI to just turn into if you turned into
bunch of
VR.
apps that you can scroll through, different pages and stuff.
Yeah. And then a big feature of it is AI is integrated, so you can be like, what's that? And Gemini will look at it, or like, how do I get through this? And it'll look at what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And it can also be just running constantly, so that's a big feature.
Yeah.
So they're trying to like show it in a non-gaming scenarios.
Yep, that's legit.
But what that means is now I don't know if I could play a game on it.
Sure.
Now.
Why would I buy it?
Yeah.
I feel like they're constantly trying to prop up a market that's not here yet.
Yeah.
Which is smart glasses.
Yeah.
They want to get their foot in the door, so by the time that's cheap to make, they've already got a platform to sell it through.
Yes.
But right now, there's no practical reason why you would wear this out in public.
No.
So why am I looking at stuff and asking what AI... If I'm at home using this, I just Google it.
Yeah.
So, like, the AI stuff isn't there for me, and there's no software that this thing has that other things don't already have. So, like, there's no selling point.
Okay, so from an industry level, the biggest things are this. One, Google and Samsung working together is huge. That's a big thing. But the biggest thing to come out of this is the operating system, Android XR. Because Meta wants to be the VR operating system of choice. So we've always had Microsoft with Windows, Apple with whatever snow cone they're up to, and then you had Android and iOS. And Meta was hoping to be Horizon OS, and that's for VR. So you have PCs, you have phones, and then you have VR. Now Google's come along for the 5th time into the virtual reality space.
Yeah, for now, before they ditch it again.
They've come in and they're like, we've built this, and now other companies can use it just like Android. They can reach out to us, and they can just make their headset, and they can change the operating system however they want, but this is pretty much ready to go. The biggest thing about it also is because it's through Google, it works with Android, which means every app you have on your phone now works in virtual reality. Which is great for things like Discord. I'm not sure what other apps like I'm dying to have on my phone, my VR headset. I would love to be able to get my messages through my headset. That'd be big. And to make calls would be nice, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, it's about bridging devices and utilities that you already have access to through other things. That's what you want.
But this looks great. It's eye-tracked and hand-tracked, and you can do all of the things, but it is essentially just a phone on your face right now. We don't know if it can play games or not. Yeah, which is a bit of a bummer.
I think a positive that's coming out of this is that only last year did we have the AVP, right? Now we have a knockoff within a very short period of time that's got more promise than an Apple Vision Pro, $3,000 plus thing that does nothing. You want to silence that?
I'm done.
Great. Yeah. I think that's the indicator that we've been talking about this for too long.
Yeah, that's all right. Wrap it up. Let's wrap this up. Anyway, it's out. It's real. It's a real thing. Awesome. The OS looked pretty tight. Marky said they're planning to get it out within the year.
Cool.
I don't know who's less evil, Meta or Google.
Maybe they should all make their own version of Monopoly so we can play that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I would give this a go if it also did VR gaming as well, like properly.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're here. We start from a gaming standpoint. We kind of whittle our way towards utility.
Yeah. I definitely would give it a go. I would like to see good tracked hand, controllers, and then obviously being able to plug it into a PC to get like higher end VR.
Yeah. I would not buy this thing so far.
As it is?
As it is.
Because it's to Apple Vision Pro. It's not a gaming headset. It's a life headset.
It's a life headset. It's a lifestyle choice.
Yeah. This looks like it would be cheaper than the Apple Vision Pro.
It actually looks a little cheap when he's playing around with the thing. He's putting like the magnetic, like internal thing in there.
I want it to be cheap. Better. I don't want an expensive headset.
No. But like, they might sell it to us for $2,000, but it feels like it cost $50. That's my concern.
Yeah. Really, really quickly, I saw something on Reddit. Look, I'll click this link. It was actually on Road to VR. Meta and someone else, Plessy, announced super bright, high-efficiency red micro-LEDs.
Are these related to the ones that would burn your eyes out that you talked last year about?
So I don't really know how LEDs work, but apparently making super bright red ones is a bit tricky. And so this is a little bit of a breakthrough, but
Yeah, cool.
It'll be good eventually.
I think there's still room for LED to go when it comes to VR. I don't know if you've noticed this, but when you look at certain blue objects in VR, the depth reads really weird. Like, there's a particular kind of blue that when you look at it in VR, you can't tell if it's behind or in front of the objects that's around.
Well, red for me. So when I'm on YouTube, if something's in red in the thumbnail, it kind of looks 3D.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did find out about this. I saw it somewhere on the internet that it is an optical illusion to do with the bandwidths.
Yep.
And it's like it's a real thing. It tripped me out. I was like, how did they do that?
Yeah, interesting.
But it's an accident.
Yeah, well, maybe we're seeing artifacts of an illusion that won't be there if these new LEDs come out.
Oh, man, that's super deep.
It is. I thought so.
Anyway, yeah, they've made some progress on super bright LEDs, which would be great.
Yep.
But, yeah, who cares?
Apparently we do. If you do, comment and tell us how much you give a shit about any of these.
It's 38 degrees today.
Yeah.
Hey, Google. How much is 38 degrees in Fahrenheit? It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit today.
0.4.
Yeah. If you had to say what your favorite headset is, what would you say it is?
The HTC...
Somnium VR has announced price increases for their headsets.
Oh.
Yeah, do you remember? Remember Somnium VR?
It's like really expensive already, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you remember the Somnium VR?
I do. Voltron.
Hit me with it. What is Somnium VR?
It's a headset that you can buy multiple different versions of. Some of them are better than others. One is the elite version. The other one is the less elite version. And then this is the one, right? I'm right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Somnium VR started shipping. They've discontinued a few of the versions of the headset because they came out with 8.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so they've discontinued the Classic, the Striker, the Spectre, and the Translucent.
Why would... Translucent is a hilarious name anyway.
You can still get the military, though.
Great,
so
but why cancel the Classic? What was so... like...
So Somnium, they started shipping. They're like, I don't know, one of them. They've increased their headset prices. They're going from $2,600 US to $3,090 US for the cheapest model.
Okay.
And then $3,000 US up to $3,500 for the Titan, which includes hand tracking on top of the eye tracking.
Enthusiasts.
And then $3,600 going up to $4,400 for the Ultimate.
Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious. You think Tim Cook's going to buy one of these?
I think anyone who buys one of these probably is cooked.
Yeah, that's fair. Very fair. Do you think they've put the prices up after people have already bought them and they're shipping them?
Probably,
they're like, all of a sudden I've had more money withdrawn from my account.
If you were a millionaire and an enthusiast in VR, would you buy one of these?
I can't say I would because this is their first release, right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no track record that tells me that this is a worthy investment.
No.
This might be something that that's not even supported by software in like the next 12 months.
Oh man, yeah, but imagine the resale value on the Classic.
Oh boy, it's like, man, this is the Classic edition. It's like the limited Classic edition. They could come up with a whole different edition based on the obscurity of it and how it hasn't been sold.
Original Classic.
Yeah.
The Classic 2.
The Classic, yeah. I can't wait for them to release the Classic Slim.
Yeah.
Or the Somnium S, you know?
Yeah.
Great. Well, RIP, Classic, we never knew ye at all.
I had another headset to tell you about, but I got enough joy telling you about that.
Could I predict what it was? It's like a company that's like, it's one of the big ones, it's one of the small... Actually, does it have a ring? It's got a ring that it comes with. It's actually not shipping with the ring anymore, and now it's even more expensive than it was. Actually, turns out it's been cancelled. It's actually not even shipping at all. Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
this one's called the Xeo Big. But Xeo spelt with an X.
Oh.
It's a 4K micro LED PC VR headset that's cabled.
Great.
Eye tracking, automatic IPD. So lots for everybody.
I feel like I'm gonna like find out that all of these headset announcements from the last couple of weeks are like you creating like shell websites and then
One day I'm
announcing
going to make up a
headsets.
headset. And
Yeah.
just...
And you know what? You're going to make like $400 million in one go because that's apparently what these people do.
Yeah,
is they just announce a headset that no one's going to buy and then they don't even sell it to those people. And yet they still have a company and hardware? What is this?
Can we make a headset?
I think we
Can
should.
we do that?
The GVR. It's going to happen. Oh, man. Then we could afford to make a podcast.
We could afford air conditioning.
We could. That would be
or
great.
a towel.
Or a towel. Yeah, that
Some
would be
ice.
great. Can smell. What? Oh, could afford to block my nose so I can't smell things anymore.
I'm doing a thing in VR. Are you doing a thing in VR?
I'm trying. I'm trying real hard to do things.
What
in
are you
VR.
doing in VR? I'm in VR.
No. You talk about
All
your
right,
stuff
okay.
first.
Demeo has the developers of Demeo have launched the trailer for their new Dungeons and Dragons officially licensed game.
Oh, great! Awesome.
So it looks very much like a version of Demeo.
Nice,
but I
nice.
really enjoyed Demeo. So if a new
Yep.
Demeo came out with some cooler features, that would be great.
Yeah.
But this is officially licensed Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm
Great.
hoping some more Dungeons and Dragon-y stuff.
Yeah,
is
bring
attached
money
to it.
to it because it's such a cool format for games. I just want this to be everywhere.
If Heroes Quest was a VR game, I would play the shit out
Sure,
of
sure.
Heroes Quest.
Sure. It should be a new genre of game, like tabletop VR. And this is what it should look like.
Yeah.
I say that as someone that has never played this game, so
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend to be enthusiastic about it.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
Yeah, I don't even play D&D, so this isn't even remotely for me.
Why do you even care?
I don't. Actually, you know what? I'm leaving.
I'm
getting out of
angry.
here. Yeah, I hate this.
I hate this show, but it's hot. It's 100.4 degrees today.
In a metric that I don't use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
That's lots of Fahrenheits.
All right,
That's a
I've done
whole
a thing in VR. What are you doing in VR?
Oh yeah, in the absence of anything to play, I've been playing my good old-fashioned Contractors
Well,
VR.
yeah. So we posted a video last week. It was the first one in a while. So thank you everyone that's been watching it. A few people commented. I'm going to respond to a couple of those comments, but one of them was, "What's your go-to Quest 3 game?" And it's
As far as multiplayer is concerned, I go for Contractors VR, which is pretty good. It's old, but I like the mods. I specifically play the Clone Wars mod. I've talked about it on the podcast a bunch of times, but recently the game has got 24-player servers, and it's really made a difference when you're playing this game because there's like a lot of like Star Wars lasers that are getting shot past you, and when you get into like a battle with like maybe 8 people on either side, it looks awesome. This is a kind of mod that has like far more than the original game actually had. So you can jump in a vehicle and fly around. There are Jedi with lightsabers that actually deflect the rounds back at other people. They also collide against each other, so you can have like an actual lightsaber battle with other dudes. You can use jetpacks. You can shoot those jetpacks and they'll explode and they kill other people around them, which is kind of cool. You've got fully IK enabled like hands, so you look like a droid or you look like a clone, and you can dance as either of those, and that looks great. You know, there's like a whole hero unlock system.
Are you just making stuff up and seeing if I react, or is this?
No, I've been continually trying to get you to react to any of this stuff for like a year, and you don't give a shit. So if you give a shit, listeners, check out the footage that I'm putting into this podcast, and you can actually see it for yourself.
And lastly, I'm going to put this at the beginning of the episode as breaking news.
Oh, great!
But Randy Cowles 9858 says, "You guys aren't even going to mention the Crysis mod? Unsubscribe again."
Again? Yeah. What?
Randy, this episode was 2 weeks old when you saw it. It hadn't come out yet.
No.
Calm down.
But you know what?
But Crysis VR has come out.
Crysis VR came out like last year. So Cabalistic has been working on this mod for ages.
Yeah.
He released it at a point that he was happy to stop because it's a very hard game to mod. But now he's added extra quality of life features, including 2 hands and stuff.
6 DOF hand tracking.
6 DOF. Big fan of those. All 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good game. Highly recommend it. I played that, and I also played his mod for Far Cry 1. They're very, very similar games.
Yeah. I played Far Cry 1.
Yep.
That was fun in VR.
Yeah.
I've never played Crysis, but good for you, Crysis.
You never played it originally on PC either? I have, and it's fine. You shoot at squiggly aliens on an island.
Squiggly aliens are my favourite 2010s trend.
Yeah. They're still here to this day with Into the Radius, actually, if you play that.
Yeah.
But it has like these semi-open world segments. I think the last the last time I was playing it, I was like hiding from a helicopter and like really going into the grass and like trying to avoid it, and it was very immersive.
Yeah.
If you are playing Crysis VR, I recommend that you jump into the ini file and you change it to an outie. I recommend that you jump into the ini file and you change the values specifically for stealth and armor. You can change how long the recharge rate is on those, and you can make them a squishy, more forgiving because
Just for
they're
quality
very, very
of
slim.
life.
Yes,
Just to rebalance.
Because it's balanced, I think, to a 2003 mindset when in fact our squishy 2025 brains really want to have long ass cloaking or armor.
Spec-wise, obviously, Crysis is one of those infamous games, but to play it in VR, you do need it on the newer side of PCs.
Yeah, totally.
So Ryzen 7000 or 5800 X3D or an Intel 12th Gen or up, and on the GPU side, less intensive, you could get away with a 2080 Ti.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, great.
Yeah.
That's still above you, though, unfortunately.
Well, I think that stinks.
I agree.
That's everything for this episode. Thank you. Please leave a comment down below or send us an email at...
gamesvrealitypod@gmail.com.
Yeah, we haven't said that for ages.
It really came from deep within me.
Did you have a little panic attack?
I did, but then my body took over and said it, so it's all good.
Had a quick bowl of cereal before this podcast.
Yes, I did. I need another one.
Yeah, leave some comments down below and we will respond to them in the next episode.
Yeah, please.
Because we'll use it as filler.
Tell us when we're wrong. I haven't said that for ages. Please tell us when we're wrong. We're wrong all the time.
Yeah.
So I would love that.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm going to go sit in the fridge.
Please do.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.